Travel influencers are the new colonizers of Africa. And before you close this video, let me show you exactly why I'm right. A creator with 2 million followers visits a village on the Kenyan coast. They spend one afternoon there. They film a grandmother singing, they film children playing, they film the food, the fabric, a traditional ceremony. They post it, it gets 5 million views. They make thousands of dollars. The grandmother gets nothing. The village gets nothing. Not even a credit. And this is not one creator. This is a pattern. Poverty framed as raw beauty, trauma turned into aesthetic, sacred ceremonies and spaces photographed without understanding or even consent, communities used as backdrops for someone's personal branding. And then they leave. They fly home first class. They post their deeply moving African experience. And Africa just sits there, the subject of someone else's story, in someone else's currency, for someone else's audience. And here's what makes it worse. An African creator covers the same story, same village, same culture, same ceremony. 50,000 views. The outsider covers the same story, gets 5 million views. That gap is not talent. That gap is not quality. That is the algorithm deciding who gets to tell Africa's story. And right now, it is not Africans. Now, I'm not saying every travel creator is malicious. Some genuinely love Africa. Some bring real tourism. Some collaborate with local communities and share revenue and credit. Those people exist, and I'm not talking about them. I am talking about the system that rewards extraction over relationship. I am talking about the content that turns a people into a product. I am talking about ethical travel being used as a brand, not a practice. The old colonizer took your land and your labor. The new one takes your story and your image. They monetize both without your name or your credits. You don't need a ship and a flag to colonize a place. Sometimes a camera, a good following online, and a flight to Nairobi is all you need. Do you agree? Am I wrong? Follow for more.
Alright, welcome back to the channel. Sumi here again. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. Yes, in case you're landing on my channel for the very first time, I hope you do consider subscribing, tap on the bell so that every time I upload anything on here, you're always notified. So ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode, imagine someone came to your home, filmed your family, your traditions, your struggles, and uploaded the video online, made thousands of dollars in it, and then left without even telling you. Would that feel like appreciation or exploitation? I came across the clip that we have just watched, him calling certain travel influencers the new colonizers of Africa. At first, that sounds extreme, but when you really do think about it, there are some uncomfortable questions that I think me and you we need to discuss. Across Africa, especially in the remote communities, travel influencers usually film people's lives, culture, ceremonies, and sometimes even their poverty. And yes, millions of people do watch those videos, and these creators usually gain a big follow, brand deals, and advertising revenue. But what do the communities themselves really do gain? And I am not attacking the travel creators. I want us to have an honest conversation about ethics, storytelling, and whether Africa is being documented or simply consumed. First and foremost, let me be very clear about this. Not every travel creator is really exploiting Africa, because there are creators who hire local guides, ask permission before filming, pay communities, support local businesses, donate to projects, and genuinely educate their audience. And yes, those people do deserve a credit, not so? Because it's true. The views and the hundreds of dollars that they make from that content, they have worked hard for it. My concern here is about the creators that just come into the motherland for 1, 2, 3 days, record people's entire way of life, upload it to millions of followers, earn money from it, and then leave without supporting the communities or even giving back to the community. For example, lately, most people I know you have come across these videos that have been trending lately for these African children in the forest who eat, they have their special food that they usually eat. And most of the time, when you go ahead and watch those videos, you always hear a creator behind the one owning a phone telling these babies maybe to fight. They literally tell them to do something that is going to get people's attention so that they can make their money. All they care about is making the money and the views, and they leave. They usually don't give back to the community. And I have honestly been so disturbed by these videos and what these creators who go around with their phones recording these people unknowingly without their permission either. And for them, that village literally becomes content, and their way of living becomes entertainment. And these people's family daily struggles becomes a viral moment. That is sad, right? Let me ask you a question. Have you also noticed how many viral videos focus on the poorest communities here in the motherland? For example, children without shoes, families living deep in the forest, villages with no electricity, children with a running nose. Yes, these videos usually get a lot of views, millions of views, because audiences are fascinated by what feels different or extreme. But we should ask ourselves a question. If someone earns money from showing another person is poverty, who should benefit from the money? Because yes, someone might agree to be filmed, but do they really do understand that millions of people across the globe could watch that video forever? Do they understand that someone may earn thousands of dollars from their image? Because in many remote communities, people may not know what TikTok is, YouTube is, Facebook is. Another point that the creator talked about is that African creators often struggle to get the same attention. Yet a foreign influencer visits a village and gets millions of views, yet African creators told the same story and ends up getting like tens of views. The question is why? Is it about the algorithm, that the algorithm is always favoring these people? I think most of the time these people's content is always pushed because they have been on these social media streets for a long time, and they have gained trust from their followers. So every time they put something out there, the followers always share their videos, and the more the video gets more views, even the algorithm keeps on pushing it, and that's how most of these videos go viral. But if you are just a new content creator, most of the times it's always difficult for the algorithm to push you. And that's one of the reasons why most of us on the streets of YouTube, actually, we are still struggling, because nobody really knows us. We are just baby YouTubers who are still growing. And yes, it takes time. And to me, I don't think that filming culture is automatically wrong, but it just depends what exactly are you filming, what are you putting out there, what are you exposing to the world about somebody else's life, most especially these people who don't even know about any of these social platforms. And that is why we've been having a lot of problems from people who watch CNN, because on CNN they keep on showing that Africa, we are so badly off. Where do they get all these pictures? From some of these documentaries that some of these people just come and, get from the motherland without filming the other parts of the continent. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think about this, because I don't think that cameras are the problem, and I don't think that traveling is still the problem. The bothering question is, who really benefits from these documentaries that are being put out there? Because if millions of people view a community's lifestyle and only the creator profits, then we should all be willing to ask whether that is fair. Because guess what? Africa deserves to be seen. And Africans also deserve to own their stories, benefit from their stories, and have a bigger voice in telling them. So I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I have a few questions that I got for you that I also want you to answer me down in the commentary. The first one, do you think some travel influencers are exploiting African communities? Where do you think the line is between culture appreciation and exploitation? Should creators share revenue with communities that become the focus of their content? Should platforms like YouTube and TikTok do more to promote local African creators? If you are filming a remote community, what ethical responsibilities do you think you would have? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about with today's topic. I would like to know exactly what you think down in the commentary. Still, I'm not intending on making this video very long because I don't want you to be bored. In case you've watched it up to this far, I'm thinking you have enjoyed it. To all my returning subscribers, you guys, thank you so very much for the love and support. Liking this video and sharing it, yes, that will definitely mean a lot to me. Otherwise, allow me to stop from here. We shall meet again in another video that I'll be uploading. Have a beautiful day. Stay blessed. Bye bye.